Hello, I'd like to go over a couple features and how to use the RoboTalker user portal. This is how you make phone calls, send text messages, set up your autoresponder for inbound phone calls that will send out automatic text messages and automatically play recordings that you'd like. We have it in a logical order, we think. Phone numbers first, recordings, scheduled jobs, see the history of the jobs, statistics on past calls and text messages, set up an autoresponder, you can buy more units at any time, and user settings. Let's go through this real quick. You can remove phone numbers, you can remove groups of numbers, you can add lists of phone numbers. Just takes a second. Let's add another list. Okay. And you can delete both groups or numbers or individual numbers within that group. You can also edit those, change names. Change the group number that people are in. I can move it from one list to another list. All can be done here, so you can maintain your list inside the user portal. Of course, you can also search on this list too, by group, by number, by name. Works on all fields. You can also sort. I think the rest is pretty obvious. You can sort by different things too, and group names and edits, but it's a full-featured portal. Next thing we can do is we can also do one at a time if we want to. I can say this, that name, type in a number, whatever, get a group and add one contact at a time. So there should be no reason for you to maintain a separate list outside where you can do it in robotalker.com's contact manager. Next thing will be phone numbers, messages that you create. You can edit the names. You can change the pizza time, same as the other. You can play them by clicking here. You can delete them. It scrolls. So you can have many, I think it's up to 200 different messages. To create a new message, you can call this number, select the option, to enter the key and start recording. When you get done with your recording, click this, and your messages will appear in here, and then after they're in here, of course, you can rename them. One to voicemail, one to live. So when you go to schedule the calls below, you'll know which message to use for what. You can also upload a message if you like. Very simple. Any format works. We support 53 formats of messages. So it could be any format and it'll come in. There it is. It's all converted. Done. It can be mono, stereo, any bit rate. It comes in fine off your iPhone, Android phone, anything you like. You can also use your computer and record your messages here. This is based on the performance or the security of your browser. So you might have to change your browser security if this does not work. Go in the settings, change it, and then this will work just fine. It shows you the frequency as you make it. Next thing you can do is schedule. It's very simple. We have help here. Who, what, and when. Let's pick this. Who. Let's pick a recording for live. We'll do the pizza pie one for live, and we'll do the bathtub for voicemail. So if a live person answers, they'll hear this message. If a voicemail picks up, we'll play this message. Typically, you have a live message that would say something like hit 1 to talk to someone in customer service, or hit number 7 and we'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. That works really well. In fact, it was twice as good as transfers. And for a voicemail, you'd record something like, sorry I missed you, I was calling you because it's very important that you vote for me on March 3rd, or it's very important that you talk to me because we can lower your monthly interest rates. Because we can tell the difference between live and a voicemail, it's much more persuasive when the people think that you actually called them. So I have two messages here. I can say schedule as soon as I want, or I can schedule any time in the future. I can schedule this for the 27th, start time 2:30, and if I want to spread them over so many hours, I can. these messages will be evenly distributed between the start and the end time. If I do not pick a stop time, they'll go as soon as possible. And we have a lot of capacity, so they'll go up pretty quick. You can name this here, and you can change your caller ID, whatever you want it to be. So these calls are set up for the 27th, 2:30. Let's schedule those. They're all scheduled. They're ready to go on the 27th at 2:30 p.m. Total calls, and when that time passes, these calls will all go out. I can cancel this just by, I can click on the X. If I want to see the report for this particular campaign, I can click here and I'll get an Excel sheet with all the details. Let's cancel this now. So that's done. Same thing for text messages. Or the text messages, I can say test list, text messages. I can use the last one that I used, or I can add a new one. Have a template. This is a data-driven one. It inserts data into these. And then I can just say schedule in the future, same as that. I think you're pretty clear on this. Pick a date, time, and that will work. And hit complete. So now we've loaded numbers, loaded recordings or made recordings, scheduled jobs, and here's the job history. These are all completed. I can download a sheet of detailed results showing the ring time, the outcome. I can also, for text messages, I can do the same too. You can look at the statistics, and these graphs can be downloaded. I can pick a date range. It calculates all the calls, SMSs, fails. I can download either SMS details or call details, either or. You say in CSV, it'll download them to the local browser. All of these results can be searched, same as before, and very straightforward. On the autoresponder, you can have different messages played if someone calls your number. So for a dedicated number, you can also have more than one number. If people call in, they'll hear this message, and they'll hear our demo message. This is for our account. Or you can just send a message when it arrives from an unknown number, send a text when it arrives from an unknown number and not play a message, play a recording only when it arrives, or you can transfer it if they call in here immediately to the transfer number. That's how that works. You can also have a media picture go out with the text message that you send out. We charge in the same rates for all these. If you have a text message that's less than 160 characters, it's 1 unit, and so on. You can do multiples too. Quickly, I will go through user settings. We have an affiliate program. If you share this link, you get 3 signups, you get 500 units free. Here's your payment history. You see that here. These are all your parameters you can look at, and you can update your defaults. Credit card can be updated. You can have an auto replenish, where it goes through and buys more units when you get below a certain level. Default caller ID, you can have it so it populates it every time with this number. And let's see, report email. This email can be different, so if you want to forward the reports to your sales team for them to process the leads, let's say for a Hit 7 campaign, you can put in a different email here for each campaign. The opt-in number, this is the number that will be displayed on your text messages when they go out. And if people want to opt in, you can advertise this number. And when people text to that, they'll be added to your list as an SMS opt-in person. So you can get out of the business of maintaining your list. You can just have people text me anything to this number or call this number, and that will work. You can change your password here, and for predictive dialing, which we do, which means we dial a phone call. As soon as a person answers, we transfer to you. We can, and transfers, hit number 1 transfers, we can limit the amount of operators. So if you say I have 3 people answering the phone, we'll pause the dialing until a line opens up when you hit 3. So it goes back to 2, we start dialing again. So we can manage all this for you. And that is pretty much it on how to use it. Here's your text balance, here's your call balance. Of course, you get 2 text messages for every call. And any other questions, Look for us at robotalker.com. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Here's something else too. If you have a question for us, you can contact us here, and there's a couple quick things for help. And also, if someone texts back to you, you not only receive an email with that text, but you can actually have conversations with them here. So you can reply back to them with text messages within the portal that comes from the same number they received the text. That's kind of unique for us. Any other questions? Here's our number. Give us a call or an email here, robotalker.com. Thank you so much.